Year as a head man at Iowa State and the longest tenured coach at one school in college football is on the other sideline. Kirk Ferentz, his 26th year, and welcome back to the sideline. Kirk, he missed week 1 with a 1-game suspension, and he said he almost drove his wife Mary crazy at home watching the game on TV last week. It is beautiful out. We were a little warm last week. We can't complain today. It's football weather. 68 degrees in Iowa City and nothing but sunshine. Iowa State won the toss and they deferred. So that means the Hawkeyes will have first chance on offense. Iowa has won 7 of the last 8, but the Cyclones won here 2 years ago, 10-7.
You're in the Midwest, it's 70 degrees, and it's Saturday afternoon. What else is there to do but play
I think
football?
this is about the best.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we grew up playing football.
Keegan Shackford has got it teed up. And we're set for the 71st edition of Iowa State and Iowa. Caden Weegan back deep for the Hawkeyes on the other end. Here we go. And they'll let this one go out the back of the end zone and bring it out to the 25-yard line. And we bring you our lineups presented by Wayfair. That means number 12, Cade McNamara. 13-3 as a starter at Michigan before his transfer. He's missed 20 games in the last 2 seasons with knee surgeries. And he told us there was a time finally in fall camp where he had to scramble and he just took off and said, okay, my knee's okay, I'm okay. And he looked, as Gary said, more than okay in the second half a week ago. And to give, Caleb Johnson. As we took a look at the rest of the Wayfair offense. And up front, it helps to have 131 starts among your offensive linemen. That gives you a little bit of comfort.
I'll second that.
And Luke Lachey, All-American tight end, one of the main targets a week ago. Caught 6 passes to lead the Hawkeyes in their win over Illinois State. Second down at 5. Play fake, little bootleg and the throwback. Got a man and some room to run, and it's Caleb Johnson with a first down for Iowa. Good looking play.
Yeah, that was pretty close. Tyler Oyedem really was close to getting that play. Good call, change of pace, but number 11 standing right in the middle of that throwback screen. Well, that's one of those as your quarterback, when you let it go, you go, oh, he wasn't there in practice all week.
First down out at the 36-yard line. Kamari Moulton now in the backfield. Quick toss out in the flat. Complete. And Iowa's got it rolling right now as they got it to Hayden Large, the other tight end. Defensively for Iowa State, we better set it in a hurry for you. There's the front 4. Linebacking core, Jack Sadowski in today with Caleb Bacon out with an injury. He hopefully will be back this year. And Bo Freeler, watch out for this guy. Number 17 is all over the field. He led the Cyclones in tackles last year with over 100. Empty backfield on 1st and 10 at the 46. McNamara, wide receiver screen. That one was blown up. No, it wasn't. Actually, he got through there somehow. There were 2 defenders there and his blocker. And Jacob Gill made something out of nothing.
That was one of the check marks that Iowa State wanted to do better in this game than a week ago, and that's tackle. When you have a chance to make that play, make it. Well defended, good call. You got to wrap it up.
So a 4-yard pickup right at midfield. Second down and 6, opening drive for the Hawkeyes on their home field. Caleb Johnson straight up the middle, close to another first down. Might be about a half-yard shy. Cale Brazina, linebacker, made the stop.
Tim Lester, offensive coordinator, came from the NFL and the Green Bay Packers. Watch the tight end come across and get the key block. Estranga, number 87, moving those tight ends, shifted motion. That's the new wrinkle that new offensive coordinator Tim Lester has brought to this Hawkeye offense.
Tim, a former head coach at Western Michigan before his time with the Packers. Third down and a yard here. And straight up the middle again, and it's Moulton. And they found a little spot off that right guard, and they're making hay with it right now.
So a week ago, North Dakota rushed for 174 yards against this 3-3-5 front of Iowa State. Would not be surprised that Iowa doesn't try to control the ball just like in the past and move it first down, first down, first down. Even if they've got three tight ends, which they do, on third down, they just plowed and just overpowered that defense.
Ooh. This time, negative yardage. Nice play defensively. And that is Jacob Ellis in on the tackle from the linebacker core.
Iowa State has been nicked at the linebacker spot. They've been having moving guys all around. Jacob Ellis is in the game, and this time he just beats the block, gets in there. Tackle for a loss is exactly what you had.
We were talking, you were pushing John Hickok, the defensive coordinator, and said, how can you lose this many linebackers, not be concerned?
He didn't seem concerned.
No, he didn't. Maybe number 44 is part of the reason. There's the guys they are missing, though, including Caleb Bacon, who was hurt last week. Quick pass. And McNamara had to get rid of that in a hurry. Got it to Zach Ortworth. And everything's clicking right now, although it's another third down.
It is now third down and long instead of 3rd and 1, though. And that's exactly what the Cyclones want. One tackle for a loss, and that puts the advantage to the 3-3-5 defense. And defensive coordinator John Hickok will come with different blitzes, playing a zone behind it.
Iowa was 7 out of 15 on their third down conversions in their win last week. And as Gary said, they'll have to earn this one. 3rd down and 10.
Only 2 down linemen. Who's coming?
McNamara off his back foot and throws it in the dirt.
Nice package that time. Jontez Williams was coming off the corner slot. They put 6 guys up front, and then they brought a 1 off the formation. Great call.
That's
coming from this side right there. That's the play that makes it. Nowhere to go with the football. It was going to be a screen pass, but never really had a chance.
So that's going to bring out the punting unit. Reese Dakin. That was the first incompletion of that opening drive by McNamara, and forces the punt. Dakin heading for the near corner and bounces it at the 6. What a punt. What great coverage at the 1-yard line. That's the way you do it.
You will not see a group of fans that more appreciate the punt than Iowa fans.
Well, they had the Ray Geyer winner last year because he got a lot of work. Let's put it that way. That's the way you do it. Cyclones are in a deep hole. Their offensive set that's coming up right after this. Shot of all the sports that matter to you. Catch highlights, in-depth analysis, and breaking news anywhere you are. Download the CBS Sports app to watch today. Gary will join the HQ team after this one's over. Here comes Rocco Becht and the Wayfair lineups. Second-year starter. Great numbers a year ago as just a freshman. His dad, longtime tight end in the NFL, and now a coach. But he is in a tough spot. First down at his own 1-yard line. And the fans down there are going to let him know that. Got a power eye, and he's going to just try to power it out, and he did get him some breathing room. As Becht got a pickup of about 3 as we check the rest of the offense for the Cyclones. Anchored in there by Jared Hufford, making his 35th start, 6-year center. And they've got a tight end of their own that's pretty darn good. Benjamin Bramer, along with the wideouts that Gary talked about in the open. And Abu Sama, the tailback, in the eye with the extra set. Again, a power eye trying to bang it out of there, and Samu got it out to the 10. They're going to be 3rd down and 1.
He had 2 really successful plays coming off your own goal line. Remember a week ago we showed the highlights. They started chucking the ball from the first 2 plays of the game. 2 plays, 2 passes, a touchdown. a little different. Starting on your own goal line, you got to go goal line offense coming out.
They've done a nice job just to get it to third down, a long yard. We'll call it 2.
A huge first down.
Iowa thinking blitz off the corner. Now everybody resets on both lines. Back in the shotgun. And flags fly. And it's not going to be third down and 1 anymore. Kevin Marr is our
Snap
referee.
infraction. Offense number 54. Half the distance to the goal. Third down.
Our officiating crew from the Big 12. And Jared Hufford, the guy just bragged up at center with the penalty.
So one of the things that you really don't want to do coming out of your own end zone, especially on the first drive, everybody's juiced up. On that play, Rocco Beck changed the play. That just go rhythm, go on 2, run the play. I think the changing of the play really thought it off different for that offensive line.
So now he's in the shotgun, standing on his own goal line, and there's ball motion.
Yep.
And now they're going to be right back where they started from. And the defense urging on this crowd.
You know, for a few years, the fans across the country have been...
Offense number 26. Half the distance. Third down.
Kind of kidding this Iowa program about how much they honor the punt. But right now, you look around and Kirk Ferentz says, see why this punt can work for you sometimes?
That's right. They got it down to the 1. It's right back where we all started. Actually just outside the 2, third down and 9. Back with Carson Hansen in the backfield with him. And there's still some confusion here.
Clock operator, please reset the game clock to 8:10. It'll go on my ready.
All right. And we have it reset. So we'll go on Kevin Marr's ready. Third down and 9. Iowa State going to take a timeout. Well, the crowd is already the 12th man right here for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I think Matt Campbell is in Rocco Beck's ear right now saying, can't do that down here.
Streaming September 15th exclusively on Paramount Plus. Well, at one point, Iowa State in their opening drive had it third down and 2 at the 9. Now they've got third and 9 at the 2 against a Hawkeye defense that looks like that. Aaron Graves coming off a 3-sack game last week. We talked about the linebackers and Higgins and the secondary. Sebastian Castro all over the field. Watch for number 29.
I wonder if they got some little play action pass to get him some room to even punt the ball, slide somebody out there quickly.
They show the same set they did when they were back here earlier, and they give it to Samu, and he only got about 1.5 yards, maybe fought to the 5.
But maybe they might do one of those play actions, slide the fullback out and try to get 7-8 yards.
Y.A. Black was there to stuff it, though, and now they're going to be punting in a tough spot as well. Whether it's going to be Jace Gilbert or Tyler Perkins, and see which punter comes out. It's going to be Perkins. So Perkins almost with his back foot on the back line. And the kick is going to go around midfield, taken at the 48 by Weegan. And Weegan, nifty little return back to about the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Weegan scored on a punt return last week, but it was called back. Yeah.
Now it's time for Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. Smart thing to do if you're in Iowa is be a tight end.
Yeah, and if you're a quarterback, you love these guys. They make big targets. They block off tackle, and in Iowa, they've got a lot of specialists.
Were they ever? Even the guy going way back to Marv Cook and then up to Hawkinson, Laporta.
Both of them were drafted, the last two, Hawkinson and Laporta, both drafted by the Lions. And we saw Luke Lachey last week get injured in our first game, remember, against Penn State.
That's right.
Really hurt this Hawkeye offense.
Look on a preseason watch list for the Mackey for the top tight end in the country. Great field position now for the Hawkeyes at the 43. The quick pass and the slant is complete. Jacob Gill.
Man, when you can run the ball and you've got tight ends in the game, watch how easy the space opens up behind those linebackers. Look at all the room. You've got a safety at 18 yards trying to stop a quick slant. If you don't have linebackers to help, it's impossible.
And a 16-yard pickup for the Hawkeyes.
And a first down pass.
McNamara's only missed one pass so far. First down at the 27. Caleb Johnson, the tailback. He'll get the call. Caleb, big opening on the outside. Caleb Johnson sideline and gone. Touchdown, Iowa. 27 yards for the score.
We were talking about tight ends. Watch a tight end just maul the edge of the Cyclone defense. Right here. Watch this action by the tight ends. A string. Oh, look at this mauling job to the outside. I think it's Hayden Large. And he was big.
And Johnson was gone. Drew Stevens in for the point after. Extra point up and good. So field position game early. A punt down deep in the Cyclones territory. They had to give it back. It only took 2 plays. Caleb Johnson to the end zone for the 3rd time already on this young season. 7-0 Iowa. Iowa up 7-0 on a 43-yard drive. Only took 2 plays to get Caleb Johnson into the end zone.
2 plays and 2 penalties were the key to that drive, right? 2 penalties by Iowa State, 2 plays for Iowa.
Drew Stevens to kick. Jalen Knoll, one of the wide receivers, the deep man. And they'll call the fair catch and take it in the end zone, bring it out to the 25-yard line, which will be a nice spot to start considering where they were the first time. Let's take you back to the touchdown. Our AT&T pylon cam as Caleb Johnson has his foot right over the top of you on his way to his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. He went over 100 yards in their season opener, his 5th career 100-yard game last week, and had a couple of scores, and now has added 1 here today and is off to a great start. Iowa State is not. 3 plays, 11 yards, as Gary said, the aforementioned penalties that buried him. And now at least Rocco, Beck, and company can start at the 25-yard line. Beck keeps it, and he got 2 or 3, and that closed on him in a hurry because Jay Higgins, who we saw last year against Penn State, have 18 tackles. We spent about a half an hour with him yesterday. He's a tackling machine. He's a great kid.
That was a design run all the way. Rocco has not thrown a pass in a ball game. He threw 44 a year ago in this game.
I think you better throw one here. 2nd and 8. Sidearms one and completes it out to the 33-yard line to Steve Klotz, his tight end. And it'll bring up a 3rd down, but at least 3rd down and short.
Yeah, just a kind of short, get it in and out of your hands quickly. Should be able to get these in front of this Hawkeye defense. They kind of give you those. If you're patient enough to take it, and I think that's the word for Rocco Beck today. Can he be patient enough and wait for that opportunity to throw the ball deep when it approaches?
I know it's only 5.5 minutes in the first quarter, but to keep this drive going, I think would really help Iowa State's psyche. 3rd down and 2.
Well, that didn't look good, and it wasn't very loud. I think that was a double clutch, wasn't it, again on the snap?
Snap infraction. Offense number 54.
Yeah, center again.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
There's that left movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking about where he was going to block or who he was going to help. And that's the 2nd one on him. And this is his 35th career start. Should be ready for all that.
Yeah, but he's played a lot of different positions. You know, guard, tackle, not just center. It seems like right now he's not comfortable right there. You know, Jim Boniface, number 63, started 12 games at center. Wonder if they might look to change up.
High snap there. Becht in trouble. He's going down at the 20. Just swarmed under by the Iowa defense. Max Llewellyn, one of the first guys there.
Yeah, this Iowa State for the second straight drive starts out a little good, gets in position, but self-destructs with penalties that cost them both drives, in my opinion.
I agree with you. Weegen awaits Tyler Perkins' punt. Been all Hawkeyes here in the opening quarter. Bobbled snap. He got rid of it just in time. And Weegen clears everybody out of the way, but he's going to take it on the hop anyway and head for the far sideline. Get what he can. Got out around the 37-yard line.
Yes, I think that's the second time punter bobbled the snap. I think he did it on the initial punt of the game too. Double catches it, triple catches it.
And just got it away with three guys closing in on him. Iowa's got a 7-0 lead. Cade McNamara and company set to take over on offense again. The defense did their job.
Quarter, we will partake in the emotional tradition of the Hawkeye Wave. 70,000 strong, waving up to the patients on the top floor of Iowa's Children's Hospital. Another special tradition is picking a kid captain for each game. Today's captain, 8-year-old Atlas Coleman. He was only 15 months old when he was diagnosed with a rare type of pediatric lung cancer, underwent chemo, and now been cancer-free for 6 years. Before the game, Atlas met with the coaches and the players. He even got to get on the field and show some love. And the other highlight of the game, he gets to pick the song during the wave. So he chose High Hopes by Panic at the Disco, guys.
All right, Atlas, boy. Down the middle and a strike again. And on the run, Jacob Gill. And they found that spot to Gill a couple of times now.
Boy, this offense has all the earmarks of what Tim Lester has brought from the Green Bay Packers. Play action pass. Again, first down. You've got that Cyclone defense thinking, we got to get a stop here. We got to help our offense. What do? Take advantage of their aggressiveness and use it against them.
Back to the ground game. Short gain for Caleb Johnson. Picked up a couple. We're down to 3.5 to go in the quarter, and Iowa on the drive again. They've won the field position battle. They've won the offensive battle by far, and the Cyclones have done a lot of damage to themselves with the penalties. Caleb already 35 yards on the ground, including a touchdown. Just outside the Iowa State 40. Second down and 8. McNamara double clutches, sidearms it out in the flats. And only about a half yard to the 40. Cade McNamara, you said to him in a meeting yesterday, he said, how many offensive coordinators have you had in the last 3 or 4 years?
I know, it's like he's playing in the NFL. They change him so fast. That's a position that just changes, that offensive coordinator position. If it ain't going fast, that's the first one everybody notices. And he's had, what, 4 or 5 different ones, mixtures of, in 4 years.
That's a lot of different guys in your ear and a lot of different terminology.
Yes, that's the toughest part, the terminology.
Third down and 8. Empty backfield for Cade here from the 40-yard line.
Blitz written all over it. Here they come.
Quick throw, and it's behind this time his tight end Lachey, and it'll bring up 4th down. And again, they'll have to punt because this is outside their field goal range.
You could almost tell it the way they were coming. Everybody's kind of right across here and lined up man-to-man everywhere at the same time.
So that means Reese Dakin, who had a beauty the first time he kicked, dropped it down at the 6 and ended up at the 1-yard line. The Melbourne, Australia native, as we see so many times now in college football and the pros. He's heading for the same spot. Let's see if he gets the same result. Just about a fair catch around the 5. That'll work too.
You know, often you say don't fair catch inside the 10. But I think in this instance, with the height and having 2 Hawkeye guys right behind you, I think the 5's better than the 1, right?
Which is where they were the first time, right? 2:03 to go in the quarter. So again, the Cyclone offense Deep in their own territory. They're going to spot it at the 6.
Yeah, not only are you going against one of the best defense in college football, you're doing it one drive on the 1 and one drive on the 5.
Yeah. Well, Rocco had been coming on the last 5 games. The numbers kept improving. Today, not much in the first quarter so far. Again, he's got Abu Sama flanked to his right, the tailback. And he's at his own goal line. He's going to give it to Sama, fighting for yardage, and he got it out across the 10. Good run.
That was another kind of off-target snap.
It was, wasn't
again,
it?
Yes. Becht had to kind of reach to his right quickly, and so far, it has been a little bit odd for that exchange.
That was the best catch of the day so
yes,
far.
Yes, absolutely.
The left-handed center is having kind of a tough first quarter here, to say the least. Sama trying to get to the edge. The Hawkeyes defense won't let him. He's going to lose a yard. And Jamari Harris said, you can keep stretching it as far as you want, but I got you.
And one of the things you do up front is eat blocks. I think it was Ethan Hurkett. Actually, it was Deontay Craig, number 45, that forced out the ball carrier to just bounce it out one bit farther.
3rd and 4. Into traffic and intercepted at the 18-yard line. And it's Jay Higgins coming the other way for the defense. He's everywhere.
Jay Higgins is right on the hash mark. And Rocco Becht tries to stick it in on that slant pass. But Jay Higgins has been playing a lot of football, and he read the eyes, and he beat the ball to the spot. Watch Higgins. His feet keep moving, they keep moving, and he anticipates where it goes.
Perfect linebacker play.
Absolutely.
So that sets up the Iowa offense in great shape, courtesy of number 34, the All-American backer. Indiana native, captain of the defense. And Cade McNamara, the captain of the offense, brings them out. 1st and 10. At the 12-yard line. Caleb Johnson switches sides. They give it to him. Comes back to the left. No gain on the play. Might have lost a yard. And Cooper Ebel in on the tackle.
He sure did. Cooper did a nice job. Again, that linebacker spot has been nicked with injuries, and that time he stuffed the play and ended up making the play at the same time.
Final 20 seconds of the quarter. That's belonged to the Hawkeyes in every way.
Yeah, Luke Lachey is split wide to the top of your screen. The tight end.
Empty backfield now from the 12-yard line. McNamara fires to the outside. Is it going to be a catch?
Nope.
It's out of bounds.
The offensive line did a good job that time. Cyclones blocked 5, and that offensive line just meshed it.
Intended for Reese Vanderzeen, who caught it, but out of bounds. He was one of the heroes last week, the freshman with 2 touchdown catches.
Yeah, the true freshman.
Yep.
True freshman. A year ago this time, he was throwing left-handed passes for his high school.
Being a quarterback. Barring a penalty. Final play of the quarter coming up. 12th time they've had a play run in Iowa State territory. McNamara, full blitz coming. Got a man in the flat. LaShawn Williams got the first down, but not the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Hawkeyes.
One of the things that offensive coordinator Tim Lester raved about Cade McNamara, he said even though he struggled in the first half, he was making the correct decisions. And on this play, he read it correctly.
Well, Jenny already talked about one of the great emotional traditions in college football. I got a little buddy back home named Wells, and I'm going to wave at Wells, and I'm going to wave at the kids here in Iowa City, and let's make it nationwide. Let's wave at all the kids all over the country
Absolutely.
that are having some medical issues.
It's a privilege. to be here to do this.
Quarter number 1, a first down throw. And down for LaShawn Williams to around the 2-yard line. Start the second quarter. Brad Nessler, Gary Daniels, and Jenny Dell. And our CBS crew in Iowa City. Hawkeyes, Herky, and company threatening again at the 1-yard line. Kamari Moulton, the tailback behind Cade McNamara. He's going to get the carry. Whoa! And boy, he got leveled. What a hit by Dominic Orange.
He sure did. He just beat that block up front. Dominic Orange. Watch him right here. Just come across. Just get across the block as fast as you can. Snap it and go. And blow up the play.
Boy, the hit by Orange, but he might be seeing black right now. That was a big-time play by the junior out of Kansas City. And it makes it a second and goal at the 4. A little bit of an end around, and that one's negative yardage too. Nice job that time by Bo Freeler.
First play, 4 tight ends. Stopped. Second play, stopped. Now it's going to get down to 3rd down. Come around the end. 2 negative plays for this Hawkeye defense.
Yep, they're down to the 1-yard line, and they're going the wrong direction.
And the Cyclone defense, excuse me. Watching that guy carry the ball, but let's see if they can hold him to a field goal. It would be huge.
It sure would. Back at the 5. 3rd down and goal. Empty backfield. McNamara looks to his right. Wants to come back down the middle and incomplete.
What a stand by the Cyclone defense.
Jacob Gill got a hand on it. Now we got a little pushing and shoving, and we might back it up a few more yards. I don't see a flag yet, but there could have been one.
I don't think there's a flag out there. And again, Caden McNamara had plenty of time to throw the ball. There's a...
Well, there is a flag. Maybe it's on the Hawkeye lettering. I can't see it. Is it on the Y of Hawkeye down there in the end zone?
I don't think so. I don't think there's a flag out. Yep, that's a good no call, I think. 2 guys fighting, and Freeler is right there.
Drew Stevens, 23-yard field goal is good.
I think that Iowa State defense might have just saved this as a ball game for the Cyclones.
You think this isn't an intense rivalry? Well, okay. You take one. Might have been a little bit of a flop. No flag thrown. Field goal was good, though. And the Hawkeyes have dominated so far. Cy-Hawk Trophy means a lot to these guys. Can you tell?
Absolutely.
After the interception, the first 3 possessions for the Cyclones, not good. 3 yards punt, 3 yards punt, 3 yards throw to Jay Higgins.
Yeah, and really, mental mistakes the first 2 times, and then a bad play by your quarterback. You've got one of the most experienced middle linebackers in college football, and you tip off a slant pass right in his area, you're asking for trouble.
But a nice save by the Cyclones defense with that goal line stand to force the field goal and keep them in it at 10-0.
Yeah, the first thing that Iowa State talked about all week is find that middle linebacker. Don't let Jay Higgins get in the middle of these plays.
Fair catch taken. Quarterback comparison, not much to compare right now. It's been a tough one for number 3 so far. 6 yards on 1 completion. And Cade McNamara, 9 of 13, 71. And as
2 of his drives were backed up where he didn't have a chance. I'll get at that. But, they get the penalties. That I still keep going back to that. Remember 3rd and yard, that first drive? I mean, if they just snap the ball, do they get out of trouble right there?
Let's see if they can stay out of their own way on this drive from the 25. Sama, maybe a couple. That's about it. Iowa only gave up 4 yards of play last year. That was #1 in the country. They're doing that same kind of thing here in the first half.
And defensive coordinator Phil Parker says against the running game, we ask our defensive linemen to just kind of muck it up.
Muddy it up.
Muddy it up there. Make it tough to find any daylight, and that's what they're doing in the run game.
When Phil comes into a meeting, he's muddying it up with us right away. Here's a play fake. Beck got to throw it away.
Beck was supposed to have a personal protector, but Jared Hufford, number 54, tripped coming out after he snapped the ball. So he didn't have one personal protector, and that forced him to throw it away.
And guess who was putting the pressure on? It was Jay Higgins again. Here's Phil Parker. National rankings last year, up there with the best of them in every category. There he is with a sling. Had a little shoulder surgery recently. Had to shake hands left-handed with us yesterday. 3rd down, blitz coming. Back, down the middle. A little bit high, incomplete.
Yeah, they're going to get roughing the passer. This is going to be a 1st down.
And right now the Cyclones would take it any way they can get it, but you don't want to get your quarterback hit. Here's a call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense number 34, blow to the head. 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
So both Nick Jackson and Jay Higgins rush on the play. And when you jump up in the air, you cannot bring those hands down. Jackson clears it out, and Higgins tries to pull up, but not soon enough.
So the first down of the game for the Cyclones at the 12:54 mark of the half comes by penalty.
All right, now we're going to see what this Cyclone offense can do throwing the ball. Plenty of space, 1st and 10. Let's see what Rocco Beck can find out there.
In the shotgun, full backfield with Rocco. They'll keep it on the ground, no gain.
One of the great things that the Hawkeye defensive line does is stay on their feet. They attack the block with their hands, keep their feet free, and then make plays. Watch how they do it up front like that. Watch them get their hands, strike a blow, keep your feet, wait for the ball carrier. Perfect job.
So we talk about Jay Higgins having 171 tackles last year. Nick Jackson, the guy that just made that one, that's career tackle number 461. Those are linebackers. Beck throws it out to his safety valve out in the flat. Only going to be about a 2-yard gain for Jalen Jackson. It's 3rd down.
Rocco Beck waited as long as he could, looked downfield, had nothing. Just as he lets it go, he takes another shot.
That one came as courtesy of Deontay Craig off the edge. And it's 3rd down and 6. They could really use a 1st down by something other than penalty to get any kind of confidence that they can stay in the game. Even
Jay Higgins calling out the defenses.
They have to get to the 47. Not going to get there. Thrown out of bounds.
I was going, we'll let you throw that one all day on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
One thing we noticed on the first 2 punts, Ness, is the punter bobbled them both. First one he double caught it. Second one he triple caught it.
Let's see if we can get. They're going to bring a different punter in, Jace Gilbert.
Yeah, not surprised.
Jace Gilbert, he punted last week, averaged 37 on his kicks. Play clock might run out on him here, and it does. I don't know if it'll make that much difference for their punting team.
Delay a game, kicking team, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Matt Campbell's going, man, not much is going right now. So that backs the line of scrimmage up to the 44, and Gilbert will be fielding the snap around his own 31, 32-yard line. Caden Weegan, low snap, got the kick away easily, and fair catch taken by Weegan at the 16-yard line. So a little chippiness even at the end of the punt return. That was a fair catch. So far for the Cy Hawk Trophy, it's the Hawkeyes.
Adam Zucker, New York, with this Jeep update. Watch Northern Illinois get past number 5 Notre Dame's defense right here. Ontario Brown right between 2 defenders comes the pass from Ethan Hampton. 83 yards later, it's a touchdown. They've added 2 field goals. They're up on Notre Dame 13-7. Brown approaching 200 total yards, guys.
Wow. We'll see Notre Dame next week at Purdue. Cade McNamara so far, Gare.
Yeah, what he's doing well is connecting his feet to the throws. If you're ready to throw right away, just get to the spot, throw it. If you're going to go to your second player, one hitch, then throw it. If you want to go to your check down, it's taught 2 hitches and then throw it. That's exactly what he's doing.
When we talked with Tim Lester yesterday, we said, you said to him, who's the best you've ever seen it doing that? He said, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. He
Yeah.
recruited him when he was at Western Michigan. He said he thought he had him, and Michigan State stole him late.
And the Falcons hope that they have a steal in Kirk Cousins, who will start against the Steelers tomorrow. I think about the Steelers every time I look at the Hawkeye uniforms.
Why not?
Loss of a yard. Active quarterbacks. He's got the best record. He's had more time in 2 schools to do that. 18-4 coming in as a starter after 13 wins at Michigan. This time a little draw play, and crawling for what he can is Kamari Moulton. He really never had his footing. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's a nice little package that Iowa State has on defense. They really use 3 safeties in this 3-3-5, and as a quarterback, you don't really know which safety is going to get in the box. Where do your eyes go? And I'll tell you who does a great job of it. Just like Jay Higgins for Iowa, Bo Freeler, number 17, does a good job of being that quarterback of the secondary.
Freeler is 24th straight start. He was their leading tackler a year ago with over 100. 3rd down and 8, 2 out of 5 on the day for the Hawkeyes. Cyclones could use a stop here. McNamara down the middle, incomplete, and it is broken up as Miles Purchase got a hand on it.
Did a good job, Miles. Man-to-man coverage, had the crossing route coming from the outside from left to right. Again, good protection. Slide around. Actually, Cade McNamara does a nice job sliding into that throw. Got a little pressure, but a tug, got away with it.
Vanderzee was the intended receiver, the freshman, and so it forces an Iowa punt.
But Iowa State likes that matchup. Miles Purchase, a senior against a true freshman.
Reese Dakin. Cyclones should get decent field position out of this.
Beautiful punt.
Well, maybe not so good. Not terrible. Around the 42-yard line is where Jalen Noel. They need to get him the football today. Their wide receivers have done nothing so far, and that's because the Iowa defense has been tough. But this time it was the Cyclones defense that did their jobs. Our offense is coming back out after this. This is the origin of Optimus Prime and Megatron.
Best field position for Iowa State. They have still not thrown a pass on 1st down. Last week, Rocco Becht was 11 for 12 throwing on 1st down. They need to open it up.
They got 1 completion to Jaden Higgins, their wide receiver, and it's all of 3 yards. That's Bramer, their tight end, in motion. Blitz coming from Iowa. Becht a little bit high, but he got it to his tight end, and there's a flag down.
That was thrown right at the snap. So either I was in the neutral zone or it was an illegal formation.
Illegal shift.
Yep.
Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
And Rocco and his team, here's his dad, former 1st-round draft choice, played 12 years in the NFL. Anthony did. There's little Rocco.
Nice.
With his dad. His dad now the coach of the St. Louis Battlehawks of the UFL. And there he is. The Beck family looking on, hoping that things improve for number 3. 1st and 15 for Rocco and company. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to establish something. And Abu Sama gets positive yardage, got it out to the 40, but that's not even the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down at 11. So 15 plays for 32 yards and no offensive first downs. They got one by penalty on a roughing the passer call.
This is how good this Iowa defense is. Rocco Beck threw 44 passes last year against this Iowa defense. He did not have any completion of 20 yards or more. Everything was in front of those DBs.
Empty backfield for Beck. Here comes a blitz again. Quick throws to the right spot if his receiver can get free, but Higgins can't. And that's because TJ Hall was holding on, number 2, for dear life.
Yes, but they got it into position on 3rd and medium.
And they're going to hurry up, I guess.
And they should, but you got against Iowa, you must take what they give you. Patience is a must.
They do go quickly on 3rd and 5. Dangerous territory. Incomplete.
Jamari Harris, number 27, is a skilled veteran at the corner. He saw this thing coming all the way. He's sitting to the outside, but he knows he's got that slot receiver if it comes his way, and he almost got the pick.
Jamari says they call me uncle because I've been around so long. I'm an old guy. Well, he just made a veteran play, and it forces a 4th down. And Jace Gilbert will have his 2nd crack at punting after the first punter, Tyler Perkins, had some issues fielding the snap. Gilbert's kick will force a fair catch. Almost the same spot as the last one, right around the 17-yard line, with 7:16 remaining in the first half, and Iowa up by 10. CBS this fall, Academy Award winner Kathy Bates stars as Matlock. Don't miss a sneak peek premiere of the new series Sunday, September 22nd on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus as we check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, behind the Cyclones bench, the defensive players and coaches are using those new tablets to see exactly where they're breaking down in coverage. They're staying focused. You saw some positive moves in that last series. The defense giving up just under 5 yards per play.
One of the new things, along with the coach to player communication in the helmet for both the offense and the defense, the tablets on the sideline. They fake the end around. McNamara running out of time, and he will.
That's going to be intentional grounding. There's nobody over there. I'm surprised if they don't look at where was McNamara throwing the ball to.
The sideline to the rest of the team.
I guess he's outside of the pocket. I guess they're going to let him do that. Yep. Because there was no one there. That was a busted play.
McNamara 9 out of 15 so far. 2nd down and 10 here. On the ground. Nice opening up the middle for Caleb Johnson. And they have done their best work, with the exception of his touchdown run, which was to the outside. They've done nice work right up the middle on these runs.
Watch the linebacker. It's a run blitz to the inside. He basically blocks himself out of the play. Opening right in between and blocked well, but that was a good positive play. 3rd and 3.
It will be with 6:35 remaining in the half.
The Cyclone defense has held up here, keeping them in the game.
Considering the amount of plays the Hawkeyes offense has run, it could be a lot worse than 10-0. And whistle, flag.
I think it was a timeout called by Iowa that time. I think it was.
Prior to the snap, Iowa State calls Iowa calls timeout. They're first of the half.
So quick timeout here, back in 30 at Kinnick Stadium. Now the Cyclones trail 10-0 here in Iowa City, where they won 2 years ago under Matt Campbell in his 9th season. former MAC Coach of the Year at Toledo. He's closing in on Dan McCarney as Iowa State's all-time winningest coach.
So what do you do if you're calling a play right here? Remember how that Iowa State defense stuffed you on the goal line, held you a field goal on 1st and goal. Do you run it again, or are you going to try to throw against them? I think they're going to throw.
They'll try, unless McNamara runs with it, and that's not what they really want him to do, and he gets leveled from behind. Very little gain, if at all, and it's going to bring 4th down.
I'll hand it to this Iowa State defense. Their offense has produced, what, 37 yards in the first half? Only 17 plays, but the Cyclone defense have kept them in the game.
Yeah, we made a lot of the Iowa defense throughout the first quarter, but you're right. Cyclones giving their team a chance.
And with what, under 6 minutes to go in the half here, or even a field goal, you go into halftime saying we're dead in the middle of this game.
Dakin's punts, backpedaling for a fair catch, nice kick, and the fair catch taken at the 25-yard line by Jalen Knoll. Been a long time since these two teams have been on CBS. Goes all the way back to the Sun Bowl for Iowa State taking on LSU. Burt Jones going long.
Great arm, Burt Jones.
One of the best. An LSU win over Iowa State in that one. Got to go back to 85 for the Hawkeyes to be on CBS. And here's a kick at the finish, and Iowa takes down number 2 Michigan. The announcers, you're wondering, Lindsey Nelson, he wouldn't even wear the CBS Sports plate that Pat did, and then Brent Nera called the one in 85. Great memories.
I think Lindsey Nelson said, what are they going to do to me?
What are they going to do, fire me on Lindsey Nelson? Gary and I last did this game in 1992. And here we've got a low-scoring one, which is kind of what we expected. Abu Sama on the carry.
Yeah, Abu Sama is a really, really nice back. Bounces it out, patience, quickness when he has it, needs it. Yes, very positive play.
He was their leading rusher last year, over 600 yards on the ground, trying to get some groundwork done here, and he does. Good enough for the first down at the 5-minute mark. Any kind of points for Iowa State before halftime would be nice for them. And there's a good throw and catch.
Yeah, nice adjustment that time to the outside. Jaden Higgins, who they call a special athlete, reacts to this ball. It was not on target. Watch him react into the inside.
Jaden, almost a 1,000-yard receiver last year. That's his biggest pickup of the day so far. Another first down approaching the midfield area. Abu Sama got it to midfield, or very close with his forward progress.
Just to give you an example of what the field position has done to this Iowa State offense. Last year, the 2 receivers, Higgins and Noel, combined for 16 catches for 145 yards. 2 so far.
Yep. And the only thing Noel has done so far is field punts. Hawkeyes forced a punt or a turnover on every defensive possession. Right at midfield, 2nd down and 7 for the Cyclones. Rocco Beck sidearms it. Whoa, tough catch.
That was sweet.
About a 2-yard pickup for Carson Hansen, but what a catch.
Matt Campbell says, I like my quarterbacks to be able to quick trigger it like a catcher, not a pitcher. That's exactly what. Pickoff play to first base that time.
A nice double catch and held on to it. Biggest 3rd down probably of the half for Iowa State's offense right here. Trying to at least get into field goal range. 3rd down at 5 from the 48. Beck lofts one. Incomplete at two guys in the same area. I guess it was intended for Bramer.
It was. Just not accurate enough. He says he's tried to improve his throwing to the left. Had 3 high ones last week, and he had a completion if he throws this one accurately.
So there went that opportunity. Now we'll see if Jace Gilbert can pin Iowa down inside their own 5 maybe. The last 2 have landed around the 16-yard line, where Weegens made the fair catch. This time Weegan lets it go. It makes the end zone. Not quite. Touchback. Close. Trying to get down there. The punt coverage team just couldn't make it stop at the 1 yard line. And so out to the 20 comes the Hawkeyes with just under 3 minutes remaining and a full complement of timeouts.
Kind of an interesting situation here for this Iowa offense. You're in a football game where you're controlling the game basically. Do you really go 2-minute offense? It's not your style. If you do, I think it's something like a screen pass, something safe to get it going, but I would not be shocked if they just don't run the ball.
If they do, it'll be LaShawn Williams, who's the tailback behind McNamara. LaShawn tripped up after a gain of about 3. Jeremiah Cooper made the hit.
Don't seem to be in a hurry, do they?
No. These games are usually pretty close score-wise. Last year, the Hawkeyes won in Ames 20-13. 2 years ago, Iowa State won here 10-7. Caleb Johnson now, number 2, back behind Cade as the tailback. They toss it to him, and he's got an opening. Caleb Johnson, open field, midfield, and finally knocked out of bounds as he got to Cyclone territory by Freeler, or he might have had a touchdown.
Well, that's the second time they broke off tackle running to the right. One of them for a touchdown, and this one to put it in position to score again. The blocking right up there, tight end and offensive tackle, and they clear it out again. Jennings Dunker, Connor Colby, 67, 77.
So 2 big runs, the 27-yarder for the touchdown, the 37-yarder to get him in Iowa State territory as we've hit the 2-minute timeout here at Kinnick Stadium. Way to the end zone. 2 minutes left here, and the Hawkeyes have controlled the game 10-0. They got a first down at the Cyclone 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's the nicest way to run a 3-minute offense. You go off tackle twice, and you're in scoring position with 2 minutes to go and a half, 2 timeouts. Got the whole offense in front of you.
Tim Lester told us yesterday we want to rule the C's, kind of a play on words, talking about the C gap, which is
right off that tackle tight end,
and
right?
they've done it beautifully with Caleb Johnson more than once. We'll try it again. Well, it'll work again. Down to the 15-yard line.
That's 3 of them. Same way too, all to the right. There's C gaps on both sides, but right now they're doing it to this side, and they're doing it really effectively. I mean, that's more than a hole. That's a canyon to run through.
Man, he's got runs of 27, 37, and now 26. Play fake out in the flat, complete down to the 5-yard line to Ostrenga. And Iowa's got something working again.
I think Iowa State only had 10 guys, and they were trying to call timeout. See if this player isn't trying to call timeout. Yes, he is. The referee does not see him as the ball snapped. It's basically a play against 10 men for Iowa State.
Well, the Hawkeyes, with that catch by Ostrenga, getting down to the 5-yard line where it's 1st and goal. As you take another look from our AT&T pylon cam, as the tight end gets it right down to the 5. That's where we are. It's 2nd down and 1, though. Not 1st and goal. McNamara to the end zone, a little bit high.
Sailed it, yep.
Intended for Luke Lachey.
Shea coming out. He's obviously not the primary receiver, but when Cade McNown turns to from one side to the other, I don't know even if it was accurate if he would have been able to get that one.
So now 3rd and 1. Let's see if they go back to the ground just to get the first down. They've got plenty of timeouts to work with and all kinds of time with 1:36 remaining. Caleb Johnson, deep set tailback. Tight end in motion to help block. They're going to give it to the tight end. Hayden Large, which is basically a tight end fullback.
Yeah, that's why it's tight end, H-back, fullback, but in the Hawkeye offense, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter what number you are.
Exactly.
Sneaky little play. Looked like he was going to be the lead blocker, and they hand it to him. And so now it is 1st and goal. Iowa State, are they going to take a timeout, or is it Iowa?
I think it was Iowa.
They've got plenty to work with. They put a couple seconds back on. 1:33 to go. You already saw Mr. Zucker and company coming up. A Geico halftime report. Adam, Aaron, Rick, BJ. He'll catch you up on all the big games today and what's going on around the rest of the country.
Let's be corrected. It was Iowa State. Matt Campbell says, guys, we got to do it again.
We got to stop them one more time.
Goal. Yep. Time again, not a factor. Iowa, 2 timeouts, over 1:30. If you wanted to, you could run it 3 times in a row.
Yep. Caleb Johnson has been huge today. He was a week ago with 119 yards on just 11 carries.
Remember when Tim Lester, the coordinator, was talking about him? This is a guy that just came from the Green Bay Packers going, you don't see many running backs.
No, he's big and fast.
Yeah. When an NFL guy says that, you know it's real.
Yep. Right now they got LaShawn Williams in there instead. McNamara's been solid. Hasn't had to do much flashy.
Same look.
LaShawn Williams, deep set tailback. 1st and goal at the 3. They fake it to him. McNamara throws to the back of the end zone.
Good idea. Get rid of it. It's not there. Try to steal one on 1st down. It's not there. Make sure you don't lose any yardage. You can't force the ball on 1st down, especially 1st and goal. If you got a cheapie, if they give you one, take it. Otherwise, get it to the guy in the tuba section.
Yeah, right around there. I think he did hit the tuba. That baby might have gone right in the tuba.
That's a good guy to aim at. It's the biggest target out there.
You talk about putting a throw in the windows. That's a window. 2nd and goal. Williams stacked up. Nice job by the Iowa State defense again.
Again, they're attacking quick. They're trying to hit those gaps. Beating the blocks at the point. Actually, it's almost the secondary players getting in there to stop those plays.
And timeout with 1:18 to go. 3rd down and goal coming up. Talking about quarterbacks around here yesterday. Gary said in 1966, think about the year of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Steve Spurrier won the Heisman. Bob Greasy was runner-up and the Rose Bowl champion. Terry Hanratty won
that was the 10-10 tie year.
That's right. And
now there's a reason why we're doing this,
yes,
right?
The Big Ten champ was Jimmy Ray in Michigan State. Kenny Stabler co-champ the SEC. Who was a quarterback of the Iowa Hawkeyes in 1966?
1966.
There we go. Ed Podolak. Our buddy Ed Podolak.
It's your guy.
Yeah, there's been some stories told about Ed Podolak and I.
I did not realize that as great as running back he was, that he started out his sophomore year playing quarterback.
Yeah, went on to star the Kansas City Chiefs. He did analysis on Iowa Hawkeye radio for years and years and years, and now he still does a pregame and postgame show. But Ed and I had our moments together. We'll put it that way and leave it at that, I guess.
Great players in Big Ten history and obviously the NFL.
3rd down and goal. Biggest play of the day for the Cyclones defense if they can hold one more time. Caleb Johnson back in the tailback spots. Cade McNamara in the shotgun to throw. And in trouble. Throws on the run, incomplete, and they have held again.
Sometimes you're just not looking at the right guy. Jacob Gill goes to the corner of the end zone. Nobody covers him. Watch this. He's out there 20 yards in the open, but Cade McNamara was looking inside. You think he's open?
Wow. He had gone in motion before he set up on that left side, and nobody out there with him, but Cade goes down for a stringa and then takes a pretty good hit in the meantime. And they do force a field goal. 21-yard attempt by Drew Stevens. And it's up and good.
Impressive job by Matt Campbell. Kept his defense fresh, called timeouts, challenged them and said, guys, keep us in the game. And they did.
Not so much for the folks from Ames. 13-0, Iowa in front.
Well, you would think that Iowa offensive line, 4 tight ends in the game, big running backs. You're going against that 3-3-5 defense with 5 DBs in the game. Iowa State hurting at linebacker, but Iowa had it first and goal at the 2 field goal and first and goal at the 3 field goal.
The guy that hit them both's got it teed up to kick back to the Cyclones, who have 1:11 and no timeouts to work with. And they'll take it at the 25 to see if they can get anything going before the break. Iowa got a guy down at Sadowski. Boy, they can ill afford that one, because he's the middle linebacker that's taken over for Caleb Bacon, beg your pardon, that would have been playing that spot.
Remember, this is on a touch pack too.
Oh, and he got rolled up on by his own guy.
Man. Yes, he did.
Oh, man.
And by the way, Caleb Bacon got hurt on a punt play on special teams. Your middle linebacker in there as a personal protector. He got hurt on a special teams play as well.
Yeah, we'll hope that Jack's okay. So they're running out of linebackers. I mentioned this earlier. McLaughlin out indefinitely. Bacon, who's already had surgery after the game last week, and now down goes Sadowski. At least for the time being, we'll
that's
check on
at least 4 out of their top 6 linebackers.
Yep. So Rocco back to the offense from the 25. No timeouts.
How much of a chance do you take? Remember, Iowa State gets the ball to start the second half.
That one's complete. One of the bigger plays of the day, complete to Jaden Higgins.
Did a good job that time. Rocco Beck looked off, looked short, held the corner, and then got it out. And Higgins does a nice job. Again, reacting to the ball in the air.
I think I said that they had no timeouts. They do have one, because it was Iowa that took one earlier, and that was my mistake. Here's a quick throw to tiptoe out of bounds for Jalen Noel. I think that's his first catch. So those two guys, Jalen and Jaden, the wide receivers that Rocco wants to get the ball to, and they've just been unable to for the most part until the last couple of passes. Second down and 4. More importantly, they'd like to get it down around the 37-yard line and at least get a chance for a field goal. Beck in trouble. Got away from the first wave and threw it out of bounds. Intended, I guess the closest guy would be Bramer.
Iowa State 3rd and 4. They have not converted a third down conversion in the game.
0 for 6. That's not good. This would be a big one to keep any hopes of getting some points on the board before halftime. From the 48. In the shotgun. Rocco Beck. Pressure coming off the edges and knocked down beautifully. Incomplete. And it was TJ Hall that made the play.
And TJ Hall is the one new player on that defense. Comes up. One of the things that Iowa does well is they know the other team understands the Iowa defense, and that they like to throw everything in front of them. So they squat a lot. They expect the ball to be short, and that time TJ Hall was expecting the short throw and made the play. They kind of defend the first down line.
Well, Iowa's going to get it back. They went for the block. They hit the kicker. Do we have a flag? We do.
That's a big gamble. If it's less, running into the kicker, but this could be roughing it into field goal range.
I think even running into is going to give him a first.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it?
It's less than
I think
5.
It was 4th and 4.
Personal foul.
It's personal foul.
Roughing the
it's a big
kicker. Defense number 20. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That was a little bit of a greedy call, if you ask me, from the Iowa special teams unit.
Yeah, he got all of it. And so first down by penalty, and now that's going to put him around the 40-yard line, or inside the 40, actually.
I mean, you're going to get the ball out. You're likely to take a knee on the play anyway if you're Iowa, not try to do anything. Now you give the ball back to Iowa State.
And they've got it at the 37-yard line, so you could call this field goal range already by penalty.
Yeah, and the way they're throwing the ball, they should have control of the clock.
One timeout left, 1st and 10. 3 receivers to Beck's left. That's where he's looking. Goes that way high, almost intercepted. And intended for Gabe Burkle.
One of the 2 tight ends that rotate in there. Benjamin Bramer was not on the field. They went to the other tight end, and just a bit inside. Very tough catch. Going to the sideline, you got that ball high and behind you.
Tyler Fisher was fishing for one there. Couldn't quite pull it in. Second and 10 at the 37. Beck throws low, but
catch.
Great catch at the 25 by Knoll. So finally, number 13 on this drive. Got a couple of catches.
You can really tell how special these 2 receivers are. Higgins and Knoll being able to grab bad passes on the run. That was a tough one.
All right, time winding down. 15 seconds. Back on a crossing route. Complete. Now they better use the timeout or spike it in a hurry, whichever they choose to do.
And they're going to try for the field goal. Just let the half end. They get the ball to start the second half. I don't think Matt Campbell could have asked for anything more to come out of the first half.
I agree. It could easily be 23 to nothing right now.
Remember how he smartly used his timeouts down there, bought another series, then they get the penalty call on the punt.
Kyle Conradi will come out of a Perkins hold. Didn't kick a field goal last week, was 3 for 3 on extra points. And he's a young guy, redshirt freshman, but Matt told us the other day I have a lot of confidence in him. He's got a big leg. Doesn't need to have really a big leg here. This will be a 41-yard field goal attempt. Out of the Perkins hold. Conradi trying to put the Cyclones on the board on the last play of the half, and it is no good. The hold was a little shaky, I thought, or maybe the snap was, but either way, the kick is no good.
It skimmed off, right? Yep,
just off the left upright.
Just skimmed off.
And Matt Campbell is going, oh man, thought we had one there just to get on the board, but instead the lead is Iowa's 13 to nothing. As the Hawkeyes head to their locker room. And Kirk Ferentz with Jenny.
Coach, besides that mental error on that punt, what statement is your defense making?
Yeah, the defense is playing really well, and special teams been good until that play. It's just it's a bad play. So yeah, I gave them life, but we came out and got the stop. Fortunately, they missed the field goal.
You've been a part of this rivalry for a long time. How do you finish it off?
It's going to go 60 minutes. This is hardly over, based on experience. So been here before.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
That's the end of the first half. The score, the Iowa Hawkeyes 13, the Cyclones of Iowa State nothing. CBS heads into the third quarter. Iowa State and Iowa, 71st meeting for the Cy-Hawk Trophy. And so far it's all Iowa as they're pitching a shutout, 13-0. We expected a low scoring game. Welcome back to the booth, everybody. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell down on the field. Caleb Johnson, the star, if you're going to pick a star so far.
I guess. I mean, or the guys blocking for him up front on that one play. But I think like Iowa goes in and goes, okay, this is normal. And Iowa State goes, all right, they're up on us. But, I mean, we played some great defense.
Yeah, it's only 2 scores.
Exactly. So I look, you know, they come out here and go, we get the ball. Let's put one up and see what happens.
Well, they missed a 41-yard field goal as time expired in the second quarter, and that would have helped the cause. But Rocco Beck, been a tough day for him so far. As Gary said, the Cyclones defense played almost as well as Iowa's defense. And we'll see how they do to open up the third quarter on offense.
Well, and the other
field position was terrible for him the first few minutes.
And then the third down for Iowa State, 0 for 7.
Yeah.
You know, that gives the ball back to the other team play on third down.
Rocco Beck, who was so sensational as a freshman last year, overall on the season, threw for over 3,100 yards. Today, a tough day on the road here in Iowa City so far. And they're actually going to return a kick from the 1-yard line. Jaden Knoll, they wanted to get him the football as a wide receiver, and he's going to return one.
But I think it could be more bad news for Iowa State. Flag comes out. Usually that's against the receiving team.
As I said, Caleb Johnson, let's take a look at the first half game trends. 105 yards, his 6th career 100-yard game here just in the first half. Iowa red zone, 2 appearances, and Iowa State held him to field goals.
During the return, holding, receiving team, number 50, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So they have to start in a hole again. I mean,
yeah, that'll put it back, what, to the 9-yard line or something like that?
Started their first drive at the 1, the second drive at the 6. The penalties have killed them.
No, I was going to say one other just observation that I wanted to get out at halftime. I was just thinking out loud to myself. That's the only person that listens to me usually.
I didn't listen to you at halftime, so go ahead. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Iowa State has to chuck a couple balls deep. This secondary for Iowa is squatting on every short throw. It's hard to complete those passes when Iowa doesn't believe you'll throw deep.
They start at their own 10 this time.
Oh.
And stretching it out, and again, Iowa defense just won't let them go. And
that was muddy.
That was mudding. TJ Hall made the stop. Jenny.
Yeah, Coach Campbell said this team was playing a little young to start the game. He was proud of the resilience that they showed, especially towards the end of that first half. He said, listen, it's going to be a collective unit that needs to go out there. They need to show a little bit more precision in the second half. Now, as far as the linebacker goes, Jack Sadowski, good news, he is good to go for the game, guys.
Well, that'll help them a little bit. Now they need some help on offense, and the crowd already giving Rocco some noise down there at the 11-yard line. Second down and 9. Empty backfield. Back down the middle. Had it tipped. Incomplete. Somebody got a hand en route. I think it might have been Y.A. Black.
It's just like almost like playing volleyball. If you're a defensive lineman and you can't get there, you go for the hit point of the attacker. You got to put your hands on the quarterback's hand.
Y.A. Black got all stretched out, that 6'5", 317-pound frame, forcing a third down and 9. And as Gary said, it's an offer so far today on third down conversions. They didn't want to open the third quarter without at least a first down. Back blitz coming, quick throw, but short of the first down as he got it to Gabe Burkle, but I think he's a yard shy.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. I mean, what does that do for you? You're not going to go for it here. You have to punt the ball.
Was hoping for more yards after catch than he got, I guess.
Yeah, but you're leading them full speed to the sideline. That's tough. There's no yards after catch when you're running full speed to the sideline.
The other thing you pointed out to me at halftime, because I did listen to you a little bit as you look at the AT&T pylon cam angle there, a lot of his throws have been to the left side.
Does seem to throw left a lot.
So they got Tyler Perkins back in there, who had trouble handling the snaps. Not necessarily that his punts were bad. He's set to kick here. And Going to have to wait because we got another flag. Kevin Marr's been a busy referee.
Play game.
Oh boy.
Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And Matt Campbell's not happy.
Yeah, 8 penalties already in the game for Iowa State. A couple of them have been just horrendous.
And Matt almost ripped up his play card there on that last one and then just said, oh, whatever. So now punting from his own end zone is Perkins. And this kick not very good at all.
And again, if any crowd knows punting and what's good and what's not, this crowd does.
Yes, they do. And some more shoving on the sidelines and still no flags, even though Hawkeye hit the deck that time. Big 12 officiating crew, and they're letting them get away with a little pushing and shoving, which is what happens in a rivalry game. Iowa defense, hasn't it always been this way in Iowa City? Sure seems like it to me.
What they call the C gap, and they're running it right there, blocking well all of the big gains against Iowa State, and for this Hawkeye offense have gone to the C gap. And I hate to get technical and call that stuff. I just feel like there's like 100 tailbacks that played in the Big Ten. A guy like Ed Polak's going, we used to call that off tackle.
That's right, exactly.
We've been doing it for 100 years. That's off tackle, gee.
Hey, don't have to give me the A gap and the C gap. Just give me the ball, and I'm going off tackle. Ed, attaboy.
You can name 100 tailbacks that played in this league and go, C gap my. Doesn't start with a C either.
Caleb Johnson over 100 yards with that C gaps. They fake it to him. McNamara going to throw it back the other way, and it's intercepted. Dangerous throw, and it picked off by Darian Porter.
Remember, they started the game with a throwback screen pass that was almost intercepted. Now they open up the second half with another gimmick that went wrong. Throwback, they feel like they're going to get the wheel route down the sideline. They do not.
Boy, nicely played by Porter.
I'll tell you, this is a really underrated secondary this Cyclone team has.
Porter out of Bettendorf, Iowa, and that is a big play because it was a 42-yard line to start possession after that short 30-yard punt.
It's just a story on Darian Porter. Waited for his 6th year. A 5-year special teams player, his 6th year. Now he's out on the field, rewarded for his patience and sticking around for the Cyclones.
Last week was his first career start. Now he's got an interception that might save the day or at least give hope to the Cyclones. They go back to the ground to Sama.
Defensive lineman, fundamentals, get your hands, strike the blocker, move your feet, play both sides of the blocker, disengage and make the. That's a teaching film right there.
As you look behind Rocco Beck in the shotgun. 2nd and 6 from the 29. The play fake is going to come out again in the flat. That's what's been the recipe today. And the ball comes out, but it goes out of bounds. Seems like all the throws have been in the flat to the right, and if he's going anywhere downfield or on a slant, it's to the left.
Got time, got nobody to really throw to, but Jay Higgins, he feels those plays, anticipates, gets the hit, bounces it out. Forced
the fumble, but as you take a look, our AT&T pylon cam made the hit, but ran out of real estate over there to try to recover it. 3rd down and 3. Again, looking for a 3rd down conversion for the first time today, the Cyclones. And a short throw gets them one finally. And some open field, and in to Hawkeye territory is Steve-O Klotz.
Really pretty ball handling. One of the things that Matt Campbell said he loved about Rocco Beck was his ball handling. Said it reminded him of Brock Purdy, being able to handle that ball in the RPO. That wasn't an RPO, but it was a big pickup on 3rd down.
Biggest play of the day, 28 yards, and now they go to Abu Sama, and he's got, I think, another first down. Picked up 10 or very close to it.
All right, let's kind of give a heads up about running the ball inside and doing it quickly. Offensive line got good blocks. We've been talking about that Iowa offensive line.
This time nowhere to hide. The ball might have come out again. And down right at the line of scrimmage. Deontay Craig, one of the first guys there defensively.
It feels like, unless you can remember one, does that not feel like the first running play between the tackles that there was room to run the ball?
For the Cyclones, yeah.
Yes, right?
That's the A-gap, by the way. They've got to get something out of this drive. At the 30-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Jalen Jackson in the backfield with Beck. They fake it to him, whips it down the middle, and that's a good throw and catch, and still going is Benjamin Bramer, the tight end.
That was an unbalanced line to the right. The tackle really was on his own. He was able to get downside, and Bramer gets there. I tell you, that Beck does have a quick release, does he not?
21-yard pickup. 1st and goal at the 9. It's the deepest penetration by far for the Cyclones today. Now weaving his way inside the 5 is Jalen Jackson.
That was nifty. His feet were going in different directions than his body. Picking it away, patient, wait for it, backside, take it.
Great cut back, and he gets it down. 2nd down and goal. Abu Sama back in at the tailback spot. In a full house backfield. From just outside the 2. Cyclones looking for points for the first time today. Sama still on his feet. Oh, then he got decked by Herkett.
Sama got slammed on that one. I don't know. I mean, I think it just feels like that was a big, play to run that T formation against this Hawkeye linebackers and safeties. I don't know, I just question that again. You're just allowing those veteran linebackers to just run down the play from inside out. Hope you got something else off of this formation.
Third down has not been their down today, but it's huge here on 3rd and goal. Beck lost one, back shoulder, got it. Touchdown, Iowa State to Jaden Higgins.
Let's go!
Finally in the end zone.
2 big pass plays, both over 20 yards. Did not have one all last year. And this time Higgins takes it away from TJ Hall. That ball, both guys had that ball at one point.
The Cyclones come away with it, and a huge touchdown, capping a long drive here in the 3rd quarter.
2 veteran receivers. Noel, number 13, 9 Higgins. What, 75-yard drive?
Yep.
Yep.
And that came after the interception, remember, by Darian Porter. Extra point. Conradi up and good. So just like that, got a ball game, 1-score game. 8:48 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Remember, Iowa comes out with a 1st down throwback pass, a little bit of a gimmick play. Doesn't work, blows up, and all of a sudden, coming out of the T formation, you've got your senior player with a lot of experience in a one-on-one, and he just steals it away from Hall, who had it for a half a second.
Great catch. Cyclones on the board. 75-yard drive and 9 plays. 4.5 minutes to get it in the end zone. Packers on about a 24-inch monitor in 2 spots, and every time you hit a 3, the crowd went berserk. And when the game was over, the place emptied out.
Man.
I mean, that's Caitlin Clark around here, folks.
Well, not just around here.
Everywhere. And this one's going to be returned too. All of a sudden, Weegan trying to come out of the end zone with one and got mauled under at the 21-yard line. So again, started off with the interception.
Yeah, 1st down call coming out from halftime. Throwback, not open on the play. Well defended. Give the credit to Iowa State. They hung in the game. finally pop a running play. They get a nice pass, a bootleg pass down. Then they come on third down. Well, that first the pass to Bramer to get it down in the goal line situation. Then on third down, they put it in the end zone with a back shoulder steal.
Oh, man. What a play, and what a great shot of that by our crew. So 13-7. High formation, Caleb Johnson, second man through. Straight up the middle. Now left side. Caleb Johnson. A foot race. What a game for number 2 all the way down. Darian Porter knocked him out of bounds, but he's got another huge run.
Always be ready for the cutback, and if you're the backside tackle, you have to be ready to push your guy by, and that's exactly what Mason Richmond does.
I don't know if I've seen one back have this many big runs today. 26, 27, 37. This one's 54.
Man, this guy was 225 pounds running like that.
Kamari Moulton will give him a breather, a well-deserved one, and he'll get the handle here, and he's going down for no gain.
Again, that's one of those plays that had been run around here for 50 years.
At least.
Used to call it the sprint draw, and then the running back reads all across the line and looks to cut back and goes clear behind the left tackle. So on that side, Bo Stevens, Michael Richmond, both doing Mason Richmond, excuse me, both doing a great job on the backside of the play.
Wow. Hawkeyes had 241 yards on the ground last week against a lesser opponent. Today against Iowa State, 171, and adding to it right here for about 6 more is Kamari Moulton.
Nice catch that time by Cade McNamara. Snap was wide, grabbed it with one hand, kept the play alive.
That's what Gary's talking about.
Well, wide and high and with a little juice on it too.
Yep. So 3rd down and 3. Can the Cyclone defense come up with another stop, force another field goal? They've done it a couple of times in the red zone. Not this time. Moulton for the first down. Redshirt freshman out of Fort Lauderdale with his first down carry. Now he'll come out. Caleb Johnson will come back in. Big day for number 2 as you see him there in the Hawkeye huddle.
Since Iowa substituted, Iowa State slowly substitutes, get an opportunity to rest their players.
Johnson gets inside the 10, gets swarmed under by the Cyclones there. Cade McNamara started hot and has cooled off. Last week started cold, warmed up in the second half. The opposite here today, but his ground game and the offensive line of the Hawkeyes has picked up any slack they might have missed from the passing game.
Interesting call here for Tim Lester, offensive coordinator. They've struggled running the ball down here. Do you want to wait till 3rd down, or do you want to try something out in the flat play action pass on 2nd down?
In the shotgun, in the shadows. Caleb Johnson flaring out of the backfield. They're going to try that little jet sweep. Caleb Gill, I think he got the first down, didn't get to the end zone. Jacob Gill, beg your pardon.
Yeah, Jacob Gill, the transfer from Northwestern. This is going to count as a pass, by the way. Flips it inside, gets around the corner.
So he got it down to the 3, and it's 1st and goal.
Here we go again. It's been to this side every time, too. Little different look this time from the Hawkeyes with their lineup.
McNamara in the shotgun, Caleb Johnson with him. Gets the call, and he is going to score. Caleb Johnson, the star of the game. Touchdown, Iowa.
Yeah, that spread that Iowa State defense out this time, and then they ran the ball up the middle. Instead of trying to bring in the 2 tight ends and the 2 fullbacks and line up in a double wing, they spread them out a little bit and then just ran to the left side. Blocked well, a good duo. Going for 2, it looks like. 19-7, obviously trying to get it to a 21-7 game.
They tried a 2-point conversion last week that was unsuccessful.
Might have to take a timeout here. Clock is, oh, they just restarted the clock. It was down to 6, but they rang it back up.
Bolton in the backfield with McNamara. 3 wideouts on a 2-point conversion. Tight end in motion will settle in on the left side. McNamara throws to the corner, incomplete, and they fail there on the 2-point conversion intended for Reese Vanderzee, and Darian Porter in coverage.
Yeah, again, Darian Porter doing a good job staying with his play the whole way.
Tipped it away at the very end, and it makes it a 19-7 game. With 4:47 remaining in the third quarter. What a load this guy's been today. Having a huge day. Couple of touchdowns. And we will be there in West Lafayette today here in Iowa City, where the Hawkeyes control it right now 19-7. Caleb Johnson, I said, working on a career highs 200 against Purdue. He's got 167 right now as the Cyclones will bring it out to the 25. And there's the numbers a couple of years ago against Purdue, and then last year 134 too. And next Saturday, Adam mentioned it, we've got a big time matchup in Purdue. Number 5 Fighting Irish take on the Boilermakers. Then Coach Prime is in prime time leading Colorado against Colorado State. We'll preview those games and much more starting at 3 Eastern with State Farm College football today next Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. A day-night doubleheader for you next week. Carson Hansen in the backfield with Rocco Becht, who's finally going to go deep and got a man wide open. And on the way is Jalen Knoll. Touchdown Cyclones on one play. 75 yards.
Told you they were squatting on him. All game they've been knocking down those short passes. This time the safety squatting again. You could see it. Xavier Wampa, number 1, just stands right there and right by him for a touchdown.
Jalen Knoll, who had a career high 8 catches last week for 135 yards, just takes one of them. 75 for a huge score here with 4:35 to go in the quarter.
When you got guys knocking down short passes, you must throw the ball deep and open up. Every throw's too hard. That one was easy.
Their last drive took them 9 plays to go 75 yards. This one took them 1 play to go 75 yards. And we got a ball game for the Cy Hawk Trophy right now.
Yeah.
Real time, about 10 minutes of game time.
While I was eating chicken strips, I was saying this team right here, that's the matchup. You got the slot with speed against the safety. Watch, Wampa will not take 1 step back. He just stands there. You're not going to stop that. And that's an easy throw. He's 8-10 yards into the open all game. You see those safeties knocking down square in routes? You got to go deep on them.
And deep they did on 1 play, and a 75-yard strike has made it a ball game. Second time this season they've had a scoring drive of less than a minute. That was the opener last week in their opening game when they went 2 plays in a hurry for a touchdown. Iowa will bring it out to the 25 as we check in with Jenny.
Well, guys, Beck told me this offseason he spent extra time in the film room focusing on Knoll and Higgins, how they handle their routes against specific defenses. They have 2 very different styles. Now, for Higgins, Beck said, I need to put the ball in his vicinity. He could just go up and get it. He has that length. But for Knoll, he's speedy. He's a smaller body. He wants the ball lower below his head, and that's exactly what we just saw in that touchdown, guys.
And the one before that as well, because he just put it in a catching range for Higgins, and he pulled it away from the defender. So, well, on a good job on the report, Jenny, and exactly what you were talking about is what they've done on their last 2 touchdown drives.
He explained it to her exactly the way he threw those.
Exactly. So now Iowa, let's see if they've got an answer.
Well, here's the challenge. Again, North Dakota ran for 174. Already run for more than that, Iowa. Can they stop the run?
Well, this time they at least wrap up Caleb Johnson after a short game, as he's around 170 yards on the ground right now.
And I was approaching almost 200 yards in rushing in this game.
And most of it's number 2. Second down and 7. Things are evening up yardage-wise, time of possession-wise. Caleb Johnson picked up again. Nice play. That's 2 in a row. They knock him down before he can get ahead of steam. That time, Miles Purchase.
Yep, Miles Purchase, one of those 3 safeties. They kind of interchange those guys. One safety comes up, he's the strong safety. The next time the weak guy comes up, he's the strong safety. You don't know as a quarterback which guy really is coming up to be the next guy in the box.
Purchase had 5 tackles in this game a year ago. A good one there. He's forced a third down and long. Neither team very good on third down conversions today. 3rd and 7 for the Hawkeyes. Cyclones were showing blitz. They'll back out of it. McNamara fires down the sideline. Incomplete. Good coverage over there by Bo Freeler.
It was Bo Freeler. When you put on the tape of Bo Freeler, number 17, senior, been doing this for 4 years. Reminds you a little bit about an old-time safety, Eric Waddle from Utah, played in the NFL for the San Diego Chargers. He's got great speed, great size. You know he's almost 220 pounds.
Yeah, he covers some ground, man.
Sure does.
He's kind of a hybrid. Looks like a linebacker, runs like a safety. Made a nice play there and forces a punt, 3 and out for the Hawkeyes.
Oh, you got to catch that ball. Oh, you got a good bounce.
And they're going to down it around the 29-yard line.
It's going to be over the 30.
Oh, it is 32. Yep.
Yeah, those are the ones, those low ones like that, when they hit, they can bounce and gain 15, 20 yards. He called it off right away. And it was a good bounce for the Cyclones.
Hit a player, that's why it's out across the 30 to 32. So here we go.
Yeah, here we go for sure.
I mean, a quarter ago, we're going, okay, this is kind of a snoozer. Not anymore. First down, 3:06 to go, third quarter. Jalen Jackson in the backfield with Rocco Bechts. That's Noel around in motion.
Oh, what a nice
delay run.
Absolutely. Quick feet, good speed. Watch him wait. Wait for the kind of the muddy field to kind of clean up in front of him. Abusama gets the ball.
No, Jackson.
Delays, and then, is it Jackson? Yes, Jackson. I'm sorry.
He's got quick feet. We showed that earlier down in the red zone.
Yep, on the goal line.
Got 6 on that one. Second down at 4. A drive that could put the Cyclones ahead in the ball game for the first time. Same guy, Jackson.
Yeah, he's shifty, isn't he?
He is. Really quick in the hole. He's got a first down.
I feel like that offensive line for Iowa State is gaining some confidence too. You know, it's the first time you play against these guys. It's shocked the way they play up front.
Right.
But after a while, now they're starting to get their helmets and their hands back on the Hawkeye defenders themselves.
Gotta keep it in his hands. He's doing the work, and he's getting it done.
Hot hand.
Jay Higgins made the tackle, but Jalen Jackson, nice gain again for the senior out of Burleson, Texas. Not that big, but he runs strong inside. He's only 5'7" and about 180 pounds. Getting some love on the sideline. They bring in Carson Hansen, so
he's the load. He's coming. Big time downhill runner.
220-pounder out of the eye. Gets a pitch and only got a yard or 2. Boy, that looks like a dangerous play. Pitch it to your tailback.
I swear, on that play, Carson Hansen and Kyler Fisher were both running to the same hole at the same time. That was collision time.
A minute left, third quarter. Third down. Cyclone fans finally having something to cheer about as they've got the ball right at midfield and have had a big second half to get back in the ball game. 3rd and 4. They'll run wide. Not going to get there. Wow. Talk about great pursuit. And it was Sebastian Castro who covers a lot of ground, much like Freeler does for the other side.
Absolutely. The All-American, 2 great safeties playing in this game. Sebastian Castro, Freeler on the other side, and look at that alley safety. That's what you call them. Those guys that read those runs right away and come out and make the play.
I want him in the alley with me at all times.
Absolutely.
4th down, Jace Gilbert to punt. Might be the final play here, the 3rd quarter. Kick, fair catch, taken around the 13-yard line, and that indeed will close quarter number 3. Well, at halftime we wondered if the 4th quarter would even matter. Now we know how much it will. The Cy-Hawk Trophy, the rivalry, the Cyclones, the Hawkeyes. 15 more to go. Don't go away.
Is on the line. You got 15 minutes left. How do you finish on top?
Well, you got to have precision and detail, and I know we talked about it coming out of half. I really thought our kids responded really in the 2nd quarter physically, and I thought they've done a great job here to start the 3rd quarter, and we're going to have to do it in the 4th to go win this game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks so much.
Well, their defense does it on the first snap, bringing down Caleb Johnson for no gain.
Yeah, you know, 6 yards passing for Iowa in the second half. They started out okay.
Yeah.
This is kind of the story of Iowa football. In the past, they would kind of just run this game out and play it, depend on the defense. The thought is, can their quarterback win them a game when they need them?
Yep. Second half last week was good for Cade McNamara. First quarter was pretty good for him. Since, nothing. On 2nd and 10, and a loss this time, and the Cyclone defense comes up big again. Brent Jones, Jontel Williams. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long.
Pretty sure that was an RPO this time. Cade McNamara, whatever he saw, he gave the ball to the running back. Running back did not see the hole he liked, came out of it, and ran right into the blitz.
The R part of it didn't work, that's for sure.
Jontel Williams, who had 11 tackles last week, just made a big play there.
Career high 11 tackles and a loss, making a 3rd down and 12. And now Cade McNamara is going to have to put this one up and try to complete one here and get some passing yards. And down the middle he goes, and he overshot his man. Incomplete, intended for Reese Vanderzee.
And
they're going to have to punt.
Right at the end of the route, there was a collision between the cornerback and Reese Vanderzee, and that's what threw it off. This pass was on target, but just as Vanderwee was making his break, that's when there was a collision.
And the Cyclones should get great field position out of this, no matter what Reese Dakin does as the punter here in his own end zone. Fair catch, taken around the 49-yard line.
What happens is this ball would have been right on target, but a really good job by the defender right here. Watch the collision. That's what throws it off. The ball's on the way, slows the receiver down, and it's very fortunate that that ball was tipped or it would have been intercepted.
Great starting field position for the trailing Cyclones on offense when we come back. And now, as we welcome you back to the booth, Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, been talking about Iowa's defense, Iowa's defense, Iowa's defense. Now they got to go to work right now.
Absolutely. You know, for a while the coach is going, we're in the game, we're in the game.
Yeah.
Now everybody for Iowa State says, oh yeah, we're in the game.
And great starting field position for the Cyclones here after that punt from their own end zone for the Hawkeyes.
And they earned it, didn't they, with those goal line stands.
And here's a quick throw to the outside, and that's complete to Higgins. And Higgins picks up about 15. So right away into Hawkeyes territory.
Good athlete, senior, veteran. Watch the route to the outside. Beautiful route to the outside. Look at that. Come back. Perfect throw to the left.
Pickup of 18. Back to the ground game. And now with 13 minutes to go, Abu Sama picks up positive yardage. Second down and 6 at the 29 of the Hawkeyes. Cyclones looking to take the lead for the first time today. Even if it's a field goal, it's a 2-point game. They've always been close, it seems like, in the 70 previous games, and we got another one. Beck's got time, going to throw out. And nice open field tackle. Boy, that could have been a big gainer, but Sebastian Castro says
And that time, Rocco Beck wanted to throw the ball left. Great defend in that play. Had to come back. Watch him go left. It's defended nicely. Had nobody there. Comes to his check down to the right side, and Castro, one-on-one, makes the play.
And brings up a huge third down. 3rd and 5.
Wonder if Phil Parker will bring some pressure on this play right here.
2 for 11 on the day on third downs. Rocco Beck has a look from the shotgun. Scans the field, comes back, short side, tipped in the air, and then caught, and they lost yardage.
It was I think it was incomplete.
No, I thought he caught it. Okay. Well, that saves a little extra yardage for the field goal unit.
Absolutely. Be about a 46-yard field goal had he caught it, and obviously he should have. Great deflection that time. That allowed the opportunity for him to catch it, but now it's what, about 46? Yeah, about 46 yards. Watch it, you'll see it just hit the ground. Right through the basket, right?
This will be 46-yard field goal attempt. He missed one, hit the left upright at the end of the second quarter from 41. Kyle Conradi. And this one is good. So they did get the field goal, and the game tightens to a 2-pointer. 11:31 remaining in the ball game. Iowa State had great starting field position. They got one big play, and then they just got one big kick. 23 yards. They go in 5 plays. They get the 46-yard field goal, and their quarterback says, "We are in this thing." The Hawkeyes in the first half, most of them would come from the Cyclones in the second half. 19-17. 11.5 to go.
You mentioned how close these games have been. The last 6, you take the points by both sides, the differential has been less than 5 points a game. That's right where we are again.
There we go. And the visiting teams won the last 4, including 2 years ago. Iowa State here at Kinnick Stadium took a 10-7 victory. Iowa with the payback last year in Ames, 20-13.
I'll tell you, Iowa State is playing the run right now. Ever since that throwback pass, they've been trying to stuff the run. Will Iowa come back with that nice play-action crossing route that was so open, or the slant, because they've been bottling up the run the last series?
This one will be returned from the 3 by Regent. Cuts near side, got a block, got the edge at the 30, and run out of bounds around the 35. Nice run back.
Yes, he's got some quicks. That was a designed return to the outside all the way.
33-yard kickoff return.
Watch the blocker and Weegan turn out at the same time.
Boy, that was good timing, wasn't it?
Both of them.
And when they made their cut, they made their cut
together, right?
Looked like synchronized swimming, only on the field. Here we go. Now can the Hawkeyes put some offense together? Most of it's come from the guy you're looking at right now, number 2, Caleb Johnson. The junior out of Hamilton, Ohio.
They've been blowing up the running game.
Wow. They're just keying on him right now. J.R. Singleton made the stop.
Same routine. Beat the block in front of you. Right across, right at the snap. No chance for Bo Stevens that time. Great job by J.R. Singleton, the senior.
You keep putting Iowa in these long situations with how their passing game sputtered in the second half, and you're going to have some problems.
Singleton wearing that Iowa State honor to wear that number 58 for their longtime coach, Curtis Bray.
Yep, he passed away 10 years ago. There's a play fake. McNamara got away from one. He throws short, and Johnson got buried as soon as he caught it by Malik Verdon. And that's third down.
Tackle for a loss on first down. Second down, they go play action pass. Nothing about it. That Iowa State defense was ready for the play. You know, this is a secondary that was second in the Big 12 in yards per pass attempt, only giving up 6.6 yards per attempt in the pass-heavy Big 12. They're used to handle these passing game.
They're down at 10. Iowa usually goes to their tight ends a lot. They really haven't done much today in that area. Extra man coming. McNamara going to go deep. Got a man there. Almost picked off. Thought he had an open receiver in Caleb Brown, but great finish by Verdon.
Verdon did a good job. Play in the middle of the field, reading the quarterback's eyes. That's your job. You're in the middle. He's going to the side. Get over there. Help. And the ball's pretty badly underthrown.
Yeah, if he doesn't underthrow that, I think it's a touchdown.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe. You put about another 15 yards on that throw, and that thing could have been a big play for Brown.
And now the Cyclones are going to get it back. Jalen Knoll waiting on the punt from Dakin. Knoll, fair catch, taken around the 17-yard line. So all Iowa in the first half, all Iowa State in the second half. 9:43 to go, and the Cyclones have got it back on offense when we come back. And Iowa State and Rocco Becht has made this second half interesting.
He sure has. Found some open space, and when it was there, he delivered. Remember, Cade McNamara underthrew the post. Rocco Becht does not underthrow the post.
So his two big play receivers have each scored in this half. Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll. And Dad looking on, standing now. There's an urgency to this with 9:43 to go. 155 yards through the air and 2 touchdowns in the second half for Rocco. From the 17, Rocco looking for more. Got a little bit more to the outside of Higgins, who picked up about 9 for number 9.
This time Higgins is just going to come out, find the open space, kind of call the smash route. He's got one behind him. I really like the way Rocco Becht, even when he has a short route, he never just kind of lobs it. He fires that ball. Puts a lot on those throws.
Brings up second down, a short 2. Abu Sama in the backfield with the carry and the first down and a couple yards extra. Cyclones in the first half couldn't get anything going. Second half, how about this? 75 in 9 plays, 75 in 1 strike that you just saw. And then they only had to go 23 after a short field to get that field goal.
Think about the record for Iowa State for Iowa. In the last 5 matchups, they only had 6 touchdowns. They had 2 in the third quarter.
Back.
Nothing. That's
back
good
to the line
line
of scrimmage.
That's how you play defense. Let it happen in front of you. Let him throw the check down.
And then let number 34 close in.
And then he's got help. There'll be 2 guys. Watch. Higgins will be out the outside, and he'll have another guy, his buddy Nick Jackson, to tandem, taking the tackle.
A zillion tackles between those 2 guys over their careers. Almost 500 for that guy, and 171 for the other guy last year. 2nd and 10. Jalen Jackson back in the backfield. He's added a little bit of spark. Not this time, only a couple. Jackson again on the stop. And we're under 8 minutes.
Nice job by that time by Aaron Graves, number 95. Made a pile up front, stick his hands up there, and makes it 3rd and long.
Graves, who had the big game last week with a career high 3 sacks to lead the country, in fact, coming into this game. 3rd down and 8. Every yard is big. With 7.5 and less to go. Rocco Becht flush from the pocket. Hawkeyes giving chase. He's going to keep it. Dives for the first down. He's short by about 2 yards, I think. Flew right out of bounds on the Iowa sideline.
Yeah, he dove for the pylon. There just was no pylon there.
Yeah.
That's about all he could get out of it because he had some closing by Quinn Schulte. The safety was going to be right there, and yes, he's way short.
So 4th down. And Tyler Perkins will come out to punt. That is Caden Wiggin, who had a nice kick return last time he touched it.
Oh, this is returnable. Low kick.
Wigin's got to backpedal all the way to the 11, though. And bringing it the other way. And a nice return out to the 30-yard line. So back-to-back returns. One as a kickoff return man. That time as a punt returner. And who's going to survive this game? Speaking of, in less than 3 weeks, the greatest reality show of all time returns with Jeff Probst. Gather your tribe for a new season of Survivor. Premieres Wednesday, September 18th on CBS.
Brad, let's go back to where we started this thing. This game is more than just bragging rights. This is a big win. Iowa needs this win. If they don't win the Big Ten, they want to be at the worst 10-2 to get a playoff spot. I don't even know if they get there at 10-2. A loss here, if they don't win the Big Ten, would be tough to make the playoffs for them.
They lead by 2, a precarious lead. And that one knocked down again as they were trying to throw the slant. Somebody got a hand in the way. I think it was maybe Cale Brazina.
It was the true freshman in the game. Gained 25 pounds since as a high school player. But that time, as he was being blocked that time, he makes the play.
Don't forget Cy-Hawk Trophy. That is one big hunk of trophy over there. Whoever wins will swarm over there to claim it, and it'll take about 4 guys to lift it.
And I actually think Brazina's in there at middle linebacker right now.
Quick opener. Caleb Johnson taking everybody for a ride. He's short of the first down, but he takes Malik Verdon with him for another good gain. It's going to be 3rd down and short. So you want to tackle a 225-pound guy going 20 miles an hour. There you go.
Yeah, he got in against Verdon.
A little bit of a rodeo there.
But he stood in there.
Yes,
made the play. Do what you can. Get it to 3rd and 2. See if you can get a stop.
Cade McNamara, 9 yards passing this play. They keep it on the ground. Johnson driving.
What a run.
Kept the legs going to get the first down through Freeler.
That's exactly what he did. He didn't try to stiff arm. He didn't try to dodge him. He just watch his feet. Watch him keep going. Runs right over Freeler.
Wow. When they tell you to keep your feet moving as a running back, there is a clinic right there. Or he would have been dropped for a 2-yard loss. Instead, he gets an all-important first down.
Both guys doing their job there. Impressive football. Freeler right there takes on the big back. The big back keeps running.
Kamari Moulton now in to give Caleb a breather. Here's a quick throw out, and they finally got one to their freshman wide receiver, Vanderzee, and he has another first down.
This was an RPO. Remember, earlier ran an RPO and it blew up. This time, he keeps it. He sees the corner back off on the play, gets the blitz from the outside. He knows he's got it and takes it.
We're under 5 minutes, so now time is a factor. Both teams have all their timeouts. Iowa's got a 2-point lead. Back to Caleb Johnson. That door closed in a hurry. And I think that one was going to be Jacob Ellis. Jacob's dad played tight end at Ohio State. He might have learned something from his granddaddy, too, who was a former heavyweight champion of the world, Jimmy Ellis.
Yeah, us grandfathers that used to box like that, I always show the grandkids.
There's Jacob. His grandpa won the heavyweight championship in the late 60s with a win over Jerry Quarry. There he is.
Yep.
And he defended against Floyd Patterson, lost it in 1970 to Joe Frazier. 2nd down and 9. They fake it to Moulton on the bootleg. McNamara waited too long, and down he goes. What a huge sack.
Right, slow developing play. It's the bootleg misdirection. Jacob Gill is going to go out and then run the post the other way. It just takes too long. Misdirection bootleg got him wide open, but it took too long to get him the ball.
Big loss back to the 42-yard line. That's a loss of 7.
That's one as a coordinator. When you call that play, you're hoping your quarterback won't give you 3rd and 20.
So J.R. Singleton, his second sack of the year, is a big one. 3rd and 16. McNamara rolling, throwing, ricochets off, and Freeler is the guy that broke it up on a pass intended for Lachey.
Not a chance. Lachey did not have a chance, and now with under 4 minutes to go, Lachey, look at it. He's booked. No chance. No chance. Good job by Freeler not getting an interference as well. So Iowa State, 3 timeouts, 3:21 plus the 2-minute timeout.
Yep. So Reese Dakin's got to punt it away again. If you look behind number 9, Jalen Noel waits on the other end. And calls a fair catch at around the 19-yard line. Don't forget, still to come, Adam, Aaron, Rick, and BJ share their insights on this one and bring you the day's best highlights on the CBS College Football postgame show. Fellows will be along when we're done here. We've got 3:15 remaining in a 2-point game. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jenny Dell, and our CBS crew. Last comeback win of 13 or more 4 years ago against Baylor. Can they do it here at Kinnick Stadium today? Hawkeye fans are hoping not. 70,000. Nobody's made a move out of this stadium to see the last 3:15 of this one. Rocco Becht fires, had a man open, but he missed him. Incomplete, intended for Jalen Noel.
Yeah, that's one of those communication throws, though. You're hoping that Jalen will stop in that hole. He's throwing it to the hole, and number 13 keeps going. He wanted him to stop right there. There really wasn't any more room to throw it to the outside. That was the only possibility for a completion.
As Phil Parker's defense brings some heat here, 2nd down and 10. Doesn't look like it. They're going to play it straight. Maybe that's good enough. Sidearm throw is going to go into the bench for the Hawkeyes. 3rd down and 10.
Obviously for Iowa State, still plenty of time with the timeouts that they punt here. Obviously no need 4-down territory.
As Jenny said earlier, you pick your team when you're born here.
Man, they don't want to burn a timeout here. It's getting tight.
Clock down to 3. Gonna have to hustle. Becht in trouble immediately from the snap. Now going downfield, and it's out of bounds again.
What a great 3-and-out for this Hawkeye defense.
That was really close as you watch the play clock wind down.
Remember, you get about a half a beat from the back judge.
That's what Gene Steratore tells us.
And they used that half beat.
They did. He's got to be able to look up, and there's that half second.
They hire back judges with bad proof. They don't want them seeing the clock and that snap at the same time.
4th down punt. Weegen, fair catch, taken at the 33-yard line. Here we go. 2:50 left. Teams exchanging punts here in a 2-point game. The 71st edition of the Cy-Hawk series. And the Cy-Hawk trophy that you saw on the sideline at stake. These two teams are separated by a couple of hours, about 25 miles maybe from Ames. Ames, the Cyclones came east to Iowa City for this one between Kirk Ferentz and the Hawkeyes. And Matt Campbell and the Cyclones. There's the trophy.
Both teams know the story here. For Iowa, they're a team that loves to run the ball. I think they need 2 first downs. Iowa State, can you get the ball back for your offense for one more try at a field goal?
Caleb Johnson has been the star of the game offensively. He's the deep set tailback behind McNamara on 1st down. And number 2 gets the call again. And this time keeps his feet moving again. Caleb Johnson. Are you kidding me? You think he wants this win? I'd say so.
That's a bunch of players and linebackers that are trying to hit Johnson but not wrap up. one hand, not wrap up, another not a wrap up, another no wrap up by Freeland. You've got to bring your arms.
Timeout. Back in 30 seconds with Iowa up by 2. Iowa State down to 2 timeouts. Took their first one there. Of course, the 2-minute timeout is coming up 38 seconds from now. Let's see if Iowa just keeps feeding Caleb Johnson. 2nd down and 3. They will. And he's trying to will his way to another first down. He's close, but a little bit short, I think. Malik Verdon made the stop. Matt Campbell on that last timeout. Just keeps feeding Caleb Johnson. 2nd down and 3. They will. And he's trying to will his way to another first down. He's close, but a little bit short, I think. Malik Verdon made the stop. Matt Campbell on that last timeout. One more stop. One more stop. Let's see if they get it. 3rd down and a yard.
It's going to go down on a 2-minute warning.
And I was not going to run another play. Take it down to the 2-minute timeout.
It was an interesting timeout by Matt in that the first down play gained so much yardage. You almost thought, should we wait and save our timeouts? You know, I mean, it's easy to second guess, I guess, but I was thinking, are they really thinking they can stop him here? This will be a tough stop.
Well, that tough stop is coming up when we come back, that's for sure.
To about 20 seconds to play if they get a first down here.
Iowa State 2 timeouts remaining. Caleb Johnson today has 185 yards on 22 carries. If he gets one more right here, as Gary said, it's going to make it a tough finish for Iowa State. He's set 8 yards deep, and they're going to keep it on the ground with their quarterback and try to push him forward. And finally, if that's where they give it to him, it's a first down.
The push works.
Cade McNamara, who hasn't had a very good game in the second half throwing the ball, just came up with, remember, back-to-back knee injuries, and here he is grinding forward with his tight end and his lineman pushing him, and finally Caleb Johnson doing likewise.
They almost should give the yards to Addison Ostrunga, number 87, on that one, because he's the one that carried his quarterback forward.
It's a bench press right there,
exactly.
Getting him in there. And it's first down. Just outside the 43. Now let's see if they go back to Caleb. They do. And he's got about 4 more. Bo Freeler made the stop, and Iowa State has got to stop it with another timeout here with 1:29 to go. If you missed this game and you missed this guy, you've missed a lot. He's had huge runs today. 27-yarder for a touchdown. Had a 26-yarder, a 37-yarder, and this one he's taken 54.
Yeah, a couple of those he wasn't even touched, but when he was touched, he ran through them.
That's right. And that one to the end zone. So twice in the end zone. 185 on the day, averaging 8.4. At one point in the game, he was averaging 14 yards a carry. It's down to 8.4. And if Iowa gets another first down, Iowa State has only 1 timeout remaining. Johnson hitting the backfield, is going to lose one here. Brings up 3rd down. And the Hawkeyes, or rather the Cyclones, I should say, have run out of timeouts. So Matt Campbell bringing everybody over. It's like, wait a minute, you know, we're still going to force a punt here.
Absolutely.
If we stop them.
Going to still be able to run 40 seconds off after this play, so we're going to get it under a minute. 30 to 40 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
get the ball
somewhere
back.
in there. All we need to do is at least force Reese Dakin to have to give it back to them. Well, Iowa came in ranked number 21 into this game. As we take a look at other top-ranked teams, Georgia defeated Tennessee Tech in Athens 48-3. Ohio State plays tonight. Michigan loses at home to Texas. Alabama playing on Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois 16-14. And you see the rest of the top 10. Here's the biggest play of the day for the Cyclones defense. They need a stop on 3rd down and 8. I don't think Iowa's going to do anything fancy here. I wouldn't think so. They're going to go to an eye and a toss to Johnson. And he goes down for no gain. So they got what they needed. It was Singleton again who made the tackle. And then the clock will run. They'll take it all the way down, and they can take a timeout before the punt. And as Gary said, about 40, right around 40 seconds remaining when they take the timeout. And Rocco Beck's getting that chin strap ready to try some kind of miracle with no timeouts remaining for the Iowa State offense. Right at 40, 39 actually.
Yeah, I think Iowa is just going to delay a game. It doesn't really.
They didn't take the timeout.
Matter to them.
Got them an extra second or so off the clock.
Right. Play will take what, 6-7 seconds. It'll be about 30-31 seconds.
So Dakin will be punting around his own maybe 29-yard line. And the guy that's waiting on the other end is Jalen Noel, who's a dangerous guy if he could get his hands on it.
Clock operator, please put the play clock to 40 seconds. The game clock to 40 seconds. And the play clock to 25. Thank you.
See, they heard Gary Danielson say it was going to be 40 seconds. They had it down at 38.
Well, I kind of meant when they get the ball back, but it might even be less than that.
Yeah, this punt's going to take a couple seconds. Maybe 4 if Dakin gets a good hit. And fair catch at the 22-yard line. So here you go. Rocco Beck. And his offense has 34 seconds to work. A field goal would win it. They have no timeouts to play with here.
Got to get the ball to about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to put the target. I guess we're going to put it at the 38.
Yeah, right in that area.
Yeah, that's a long ways to go and a short time to get there.
But the clock stops after 1st down, so we've seen stranger things happen.
No doubt. From the 22, Beck throws to the near side, complete and out of bounds. Looks like a 1st down to Jalen Noel. And that part not as important as the yardage gained, but it is a 1st down. 29 seconds. Higgins and Noel, the big play receivers. If Rocco Beck can get it to them. Now from the 32. Beck throws. He's got a man streaking down the sideline, and it's Jalen Noel again.
What a throw. He gunned that in that hole. He knew he had this hole right here.
30-yard pickup right on the money. And inside the 40 already. So where we said they had to get to have a chance for a field goal, they're there already. Or very close to it. 24 seconds remaining, and Iowa's going to take a timeout to regroup defensively. .24 seconds. Best throw of the day. Rocco Beck to Jalen Noel.
A little bit of a wheel route, comes out and then up right away. Beautiful throw. That was gunned. No safety. It had time to get there.
So now as you start thinking of Kyle Conradi, there he is. Remember, he missed one from 41 to end the second quarter. He made one from 46. And we asked Matt Campbell, how far do you trust him? He said he hit a 65-yarder in our last scrimmage, so I trust him. His career long in high school was 52.
Don't really have any choice but to trust him, right?
That's right. That's what you're playing with.
Yeah.
They're right about on the yard line. They need to at least give him a shot. But let's see if they pick up some more. 1st and 10. Becht sidearms it. Got it 2 or 3 more yards, but he's in bounds.
Clock keeps rolling.
They're going to have to spike it here. They have no timeouts. And they did get it spiked with 9 seconds. Wow. Here's the play before.
The big play here is the tackle by Kyler Fisher. Knocks him backwards.
And Kramer's knee goes down before he hit the sideline. Here comes the field goal unit. Kyle Conradi is a redshirt freshman from Dubuque, Iowa. This will be a 54-yard field goal attempt to give them the lead and probably the win. Conradi, kick on the way, and he got it. The trust in the young guy by Matt Campbell, and he came through in the clutch. What a second half by Iowa State.
What an operation by the Iowa State offense. Moving it into position, 3 great throws by Rocco Becht, and the field goal, plenty.
Matt Campbell's reaction on the sideline. I knew it. I knew he could do it. Everybody just stay on the sideline, okay?
And remember those plays in the first half. When that defense held Iowa to those field goals, came back to haunt them.
And a happy quarterback who had a very tough first half, but what a second half by number 3. They put 1 second back on the clock, 6 seconds remaining. And you see the reaction on the Hawkeye fans. This is going to be the second time in 2 years, unless there's some sort of miracle from the Hawkeyes, that the Cyclones have come from Ames and come out of here with a win. Did it 2 years ago, 10-7, and now about set to do it 20-19. Remember, Iowa missed a 2-point conversion. I want to bring that up. I hate to say it, but I hate 2-point conversions unless they work. Otherwise, we'd have a tie game right now.
Yeah, kind of understand it, though. If they would have made it, we'd be winning right now. So it does come either way, though, right? Those things haunt you, or they're beautiful.
This one's in the field of play. Region takes it around the 15. And he broke free. Got to the 50, but time has run out.
Will they give him 1 second?
Actually, it was Max White on the return. Hold on.
Will they give him 1 second?
The game is not over.
So we've got 1 play left.
Let's see if he gets out. I think so. I think 1 second.
Kevin Marr, referee. I didn't hear him.
Timeout, Iowa.
Now we do.
Their second.
All right, so if you've got a trick play, unless you think you can get it on a Hail Mary.
We have not put time back on the clock. We're reviewing the play to see the correct time.
Okay. D. Anderson is our replay official.
Clock operator, please put 1 second on the game clock. One
Okay,
second.
so we're going back to 1 second.
Yeah, I think Hail Mary's the play, don't you? I mean, I just don't. I mean, it's a 67-yard field goal. Yeah, I think the Hail Mary might get a pass interference.
That's true. Well, barring a defensive penalty, we know we've got one play left, and that's it. Everybody's still on pins and needles at Kinnick Stadium because we got one tick left. The Cyclones.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a Hail Mary.
Well, the Cyclones have 4 guys back inside the 10-yard line. In fact, almost inside the 5-yard line. Cade McNamara's got one play. If he can get it that far. High, deep, big grouping there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darian Porter, his second of the day. And it's a final now. And Kyle Conradi may never have to buy a hamburger in Ames, Iowa the rest of his life.
Anything else either, maybe.
20-19, Iowa State, an unbelievable second half comeback, and they win the 71st edition. And now those Cyclone players are going to head to the Cy-Hawk Trophy as fast as they can. And there it comes. And I told you to take 2 or 3 guys to lift it. And that one's going back to Ames.
The second half comeback was earned by that defense at the end of that first half.
There you see the sportsmanship between a veteran player and a coach that's going to go home happy with a 2-0 record. And Iowa might fall out of the top 25, and who knows, Cyclones might enter the top 25 next week. Another look. A coach that told us I had trust in this guy from long range, Kyle Conradi, and we see why. Perfect and deep. He made it by plenty from 54 yards out. And Rocco Becht, who had a tough first half, has a sensational second half. And the sadness of the Hawkeyes on their home field as they lose it 20-19. Happiness on one side and obvious sadness on the other. Big win. And a kiss for your quarterback.
Why not?